Perfect track to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in the perfect area. Michigan and the Irish Hills is where we're going to spend St. Patty's Day as we get ready for race number 10 and the final race of the regular season for the Great Lakes Sim Racing Black Horizon Truck Series. Welcome in to Michigan Speedway, the third running of the Prehistoric Forest 200. I am the captain. You can call me Captain Mick Scala tonight. We'll throw a Mick in there so I look Irish, even though I'm nothing of Irish at one bit. But needless to say, we're celebrating those who are Irish tonight in St. Patty's Day, and we are going to have a lot of fun tonight for 100 laps and 200 miles around this 2-mile Michigan Speedway, and it has been a fun season so far. And we have got some people who are not here tonight, and we got some people who are here tonight that are going to be in the running for the playoffs next season. And it's going to be very interesting who I tell you who's not here and who is here this evening, because it's going to play a big role in what happens here coming up in the next 100 laps. Now, qualifying is underway right now at the 2-mile oval. As you see, J.W. Miller is out on track. I have noticed that Ben Pierce is here, and I was waiting for this situation to happen because I'm color-coding all the drivers tonight in the running for the playoffs, which, oh, by the way, here's your point standings as we throw that up on the screen here for you. You see Ricky Springer leads the points. Here's the thing. I'm looking on the screen right now. Ricky Springer is not here tonight. Yes, the point leader is not here. Now, obviously, it's not going to affect him one bit. He is by far ahead of the field and going to be in the playoffs come next week in the first race of the chase in the league's history. But there are some other people that are not here tonight. William Martin to be one. William Martin is on the bubble, and he is not here tonight. Now, in this league, you're allowed to take what they call provisionals. And a provisional is basically you get a certain amount of points for the race. I believe it is last place points or something. I don't know exactly how that works. But there will be points awarded to William Martin tonight, even though he's not here, because he did get a provisional taken for that. So there are drivers that are going to be on the bubble tonight, and I'm actually making an edit right now to one of them who just entered the room here. So you might notice me stuttering at times here and stalling. That's because I'm working to fix this really quickly. It's going to be a 2-second deal as I put this last driver on a special color tonight for the ticker, so you'll know what is going on with this particular driver, if he's entering this race or if he is out entering this race. I'm going to type in his number right there. It's a simple setting to fix. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bam, done. Should be all good to go now. So, but that is your point standings entering tonight's race. Now, the one thing I have not had the opportunity to do yet, and I am going to go try to do so really quickly here, is get the Fantasy League updated. I have not had a chance to do that. I've been working to get this broadcast all set up and stuff for the last hour and a half because of the special settings we're doing tonight that I'm not going to show you yet until the race starts. But let's go set ourselves a lineup with who's here tonight. And, yeah, let's see. Let's, you know what? Let me get it up on the screen. Last week you didn't get to see it. So there we go. Guys who I'm picking this week. Let's see. And it's got my total right down here at the bottom. You can do this at GreatLakesSimRacing.com. GreatLakesSimRacing.com has your chance to do this. I'm going to go with Brandon Trujembo tonight. Brandon has been one of the quietest drivers of late. And since he's joined the his new team, of course, Slinger Motorsports, yeah, that has changed a lot. So I'm going to go with him this evening in this race. I'm also going to go with Ben Pierce in this race. Ben, unfortunately, fighting some storms tonight. He made it here tonight, but we'll see how long he lasts. Those in Alabama right now, unfortunately, taking a pretty good beating in this race. I'm going to go with Colton tonight because Colton is one of the bubble drivers, and he knows he has to go to get in this race. So I'm expecting him to have a little fun tonight. And I'm going to go with the guy that had a huge run Saturday in the USRC League. He finally got himself a top 5 finish, and I think this continues his run. The problem is I'm over points by 14, or by, oh, actually, am I under or over? I can't remember. But I'm going with Seth Peachin. If it, hey, let me do it. All right, we're good. So there was my 4 guys tonight. Seth Peachin, Sean Peachin, and those guys. I saw Seth over here talking to me real quickly. So that is all set up now. The cars are gridding. And we will take a look at the starting lineup for this race as they go across the grid. Brandon Trujembo, Justin Laxton. Justin going to be on the front row this evening for this race. And we're going to have a little fun with Justin here. So we're going to bring him up to the booth. I was going to have some stats and things, but I wasn't able to get it all together as we were going to have some fun. Looks like from what I'm seeing is that Colton needs to finish 7th or better, it looks like, to get into the playoffs. So we'll be keeping track of him this evening. So, yeah, we'll figure this one out. But right now, let's go get, as I hear some thunder outside. Uh-oh. By the way, I'm in Georgia, so I'm the next state over from Alabama. So the storms are going to be here tonight. So I might not sleep much tonight. But let's get Justin Laxton up. We're going to have a little fun with Justin. This is a driver profile type of situation that we're going to do now. We didn't get a chance really to go over all the things with Justin when it comes to like how he's been doing this season. Of course, he's been looking for that first career win. He's got numerous third place finishes and other top 10 finishes on the field. But let's get Justin up here. Let's talk to him real quickly before he comes to green. Justin, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Justin. We're going to have a little fun. I got 5 questions, random that you get to answer real
I'm
quickly
just here
as
as
we
a
come to the
distraction
green.
from everything else that's going on right now.
Shut the other audio off because they're talking over you right now.
If it gets bad, I'm going to Alt F4 out and not mess y'all up.
All right, hang on 1 second here. Oh, it's because I'm on my wheel now. There we go.
You got an hour to finish this race.
There we go. All right, Justin, question number 1. If you could be a superhero, who would it be?
Batman.
Nice. Biggest secret we don't know about you?
Oh, I don't know. Pass. We'll come back to it.
Favorite song right now?
Shake It Off.
Tay-Tay. All right. What actor would you like to play? Who would you like to play you in a movie?
Who's the good-looking ones?
Nice. And then finally, favorite non-racing video game?
Non-racing video games?
Yes.
Probably Madden.
Madden. Very nice. Okay. Did you come up with a bigger secret yet?
Biggest secret is that I like vegetables.
There you go. And you like green flags, and here they come right now. So good luck, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
All right, let's get him down to his channel. That was a interesting, fun segment that I'm going to start doing here in the future. Let's get him down to his channel. Green flag is coming out in the final race of the regular season, the third running of the Prehistoric Forest 200 Green from Michigan. He's lying, it's Minecraft. Or is it Fortnite? 100 laps going to make up the 200 miles in this race. Yes, you're going to notice a lot of green on the screen. All the drivers you see right now in green entering this race, those drivers are in the playoffs. All the drivers in red, there's only a couple. Those are the ones that really have a chance to make it into the chase, but right now are out of this race. 4 wide, almost 5 wide down in the front straightaway here. Laxton leads lap 1. Still 3 coming out of turn 2. That's William Calhoun there in the middle with Jason Clark on his inside. The 59 Blaine Sparling there on the outside. Here comes Ike Cavacci in. The 44 Seth Robbins. J.W. Miller, who started second up here. Here for the lead, J.W. Miller to the high side. He's going to take it.
Good.
As of right now, here comes Colton Zimmer. Colton, 7th or better. He gets in a chase tonight with the provisional taken by the Bulldog, William Martin. Alan Best up there to 4th position alongside William Calhoun in the top 5. Two drivers have started. Michael Manberg has issues right now. Not sure what happened to him, but Michael's not even on the track. Michael, one of the drivers that might have been on the bubble, he's out of this race already. So a tough break for the Deuce. Got some blinking going on out here with some of the trucks. Speeds of near 180 mile an hour down into turn number 1. Make sure everybody can hear me. Off all the audio. Hopefully it's good. Let me turn it down just a little bit. Yeah, I spent so much time trying to get the ticker set up. I wasn't able to get everything set up to do the driver profile thing, but I wrote down the questions and I was like, let's have a little fun. So that's going to be a new segment we do here in the very near future. 3 wide for the lead. Colton Zimmer, the teenager, going to the front. Alan Best going to go to second. Oh, Colton's going to slide up in front of JW. Put the trucks in a draft at Michigan, and they will put on a show. Zach Allman back there in the 18. There's the 39 of Jason Clark. That awkward moment when your manager sends you a message in the middle of a stream saying it's going to be a long day tomorrow. I mean, as far as I know, all days are 24 hours, right? And you can probably hear my stream over me. Got the stream on my phone. That's where all this comes from, by the way. So what I do is I have it all set up to where the audio and stuff I can hear in my ears, but me and the stream, yeah. And look at this, still 3, almost 4 wide. And not to mention, I'm not sure if Michigan got the update, but I do know on some of the tracks they did a multi-groove update, and I believe Michigan's won, because look where JW's running. Look where Calhoun's running up there in the ultimate high groove. But some of these tracks now are multi-groove racing. Actually, it's going to be later, if anything, for us, Matt, because we're the farthest out station in Georgia from Atlanta to our region, so we get the stuff late. As Colton back to the front. Daytona-style racing here in Michigan. Hashtag FedEx problems. Should be hashtag purple promise. Come on. Colton up here to the high side. And you got down at the bottom, Zach Allman is down in Ypsilanti trying to make the pass here for the lead. Not able to do so is Justin Laxton there behind him. You got a row of green trucks there. Oh! That is the 40th Tyler Brewer in the wall. It takes Clark with him. Caution is out for the first time. So caution comes out for the first time. And let's see what happens. It did not. Oh, well, nobody really wrecked. It was just more people hitting the wall here. So, for the first time tonight, we have one of those deals where somebody tried to enter the corner early. Easy to do here at Michigan. Alan Best into the 40 and the 39 of Clark. Nowhere to go. Into the wall. Bringing out the first caution of the night. You won Employee of the Month? Were you the only employee? Let's look at it one more again as I don't know, I'm pretty sure that the family's not watching tonight since Ricky's not in the race tonight, the Springer family, but let's roll that beautiful bean footage. Down turn number 3. Tyler gets into the corner early. Allen goes in late, makes the contact, and nowhere to go is the 39 of Clark into the wall. And caution comes out for the first time here at the Michigan Speedway. And we got some trucks coming to pit road here. J.W. Miller, Laxton, Trajembo, Ikavachi, Drift, all these guys to pit road. 3-time Employee of the Month. Yeah, you're definitely the only employee. So Colton Zimmer, Zach Allman going to lead this race off pit road. So I'm actually texting with him right now. The thing is, I've learned with work, and it's not a FedEx problem here. This is more of a logic problem. When you expect something to happen, the opposite happens. So yes, the weather's bad in our areas right now. I mean, Alabama's getting hit pretty hard. We're going to get hit pretty hard. Here in Georgia, it looks like we're going to get some bad storms here. But usually when the bad storms hit, everything happens on time. But it's on a regular, sunny, 75-degree day. Plane's an hour late. Freight's an hour late. Don't know what's going on here. But we do appreciate all the viewers watching as we, I have actually come up with a name for the iRacing pace car. And I'm going to call it this during the stream because the mystery is what kind of car is the iRacing pace car. And I think they purposely fooled us because it looks like a prototype of a bunch of cars. So I am calling this the iRacer Ghost 4X. So that is the pace car, the iRacing Ghost 4X sedan. Going to lead them down to pit road here as we will come back to racing at lap number 12 of this Prehistoric Forest 200. In a little bit, I'll tell you what the Prehistoric Forest is for those who have never watched this seasonal race. So here we go. See the flags waving back there at the tents. Good crowd. And green flag back out in the Irish Hills on a St. Patrick's Day evening. Again, for those wondering why there's so many Christmas colors on my ticker in my tower, that is because if the driver's name is in green, that person is in the chase right now. If that person's red, that person is not in the chase, and that's actually entering this race. I can't change it. I believe JT back there hit the wall in the 32 truck as they come down here into turn 3 and 4. Zach Allman, William Calhoun, the top 3. Allie Best, Miller Mayari, Seth Robbins back here in the top 5. Robbins, as you saw in chat earlier, admitted this is actually his best finishing racetrack. Which is not a surprise because a lot of surprises have happened here. For instance, does anybody remember who won the first ever race at this track in this series? I'll give you this hint. He is not in the race tonight. But he's a regular in the league. Trucks spreading out 3 and 4 wide now, working this draft. And remember, before this build, these trucks only ran like 2 groups. It was the bottom and then the middle. And that's it. Now you're able to spread out because of the technology with iRacing that worked in. Yeah, Jason, sorry to see that happen, buddy. You had nothing to do with that wreck. Unfortunately, wrong place, wrong time. Sorry to see that, bud. If you guessed Anthony Marshall, correct. Take yourself a victory lap. Go get a bowl of ice cream, whatever you need to do. It was Anthony Marshall making a last lap pass to win the first ever Prehistoric Forest 200 here at the Michigan Speedway. Look at this, 3 wide back here mid-pack. We ride with Chris Evans here in the 98 truck. That's good to hear. I ran a IndyCar race last night at Auto Club. Same situation. If you after the race want to go down and look, I actually finished 4th in that race, and I was like 12th with 25 to go. It was just a wild race. Look at this, Evans elevator move top to bottom. Oh, the 37 of Jordan Watson gets turned. Ben Pierce is with him in the wall. Second caution. And for Ben Pierce, that might be the end for his chase run. going to happen up ahead. Oh, 37 gets turned off to 44. Seth Robbins, and into the wall they go. JT does a good job getting around it. We see Laxton going by on the inside there of that Irish Spring Soap, number 44. Well, Watson just got into him. I got a soap joke I could say there, but I'm not going to right now. I don't think that'd be appropriate. But here we go. More leaders coming to pit road. Let's see if everybody comes in this time. Right now, so far the answer is yes until you get to Tanner Long. And Drift does his accidental purposely driving through pit road deal that I invented. I don't know if necessarily I invented it, but I'm claiming it. And getting some tire strategy by some of the drivers here. 2 tires. Colton Zimmer out first. Actually, 4 tires for him. Calhoun 4. I thought it was a tire strategy, but never mind. It is all 4 tires. Tanner Long, the only truck to stay out. Drift going to come out in second, but I think he's going to come back to pit road to go to the back. So second caution here at lap 20. These guys run 65% fuel. So I'm just trying to do some math here in my head. I think it's about 40 laps on a tank of fuel. You do 65% of 40. Half of 40 is 20. So what, 27 laps? I think I do this every season. I try to figure out the math. Well, 75% of 40 is 30, Chris. So yeah, 27. So Drift comes back to pit road. And now Colton Zimmer will inherit second there with Calhoun and these guys up front. So Tanner Long, as you see, one of the guys in red, he has got a shot. I mean, it's a slim one, but he's got a shot. He's probably got to finish right up here in the top 3 or somewhere up here to get that chance. But he does have a shot to get this win tonight and get himself into the playoffs. Now apparently I do have a broadcaster's curse because here I picked Ben Pierce tonight in my lineup, and there's the Cole Trickle machine sitting on pit road. Sorry, Ben. All right, so the iRacing Ghost 4X sedan going to pull off pit road or off the track on the pit road. We'll go back racing here at lap 21 of the 100 here in the Prehistoric Forest 200, a theme park that was once open just a few miles to the east of this track up in the Michigan area. Was opened up until the 90s, and then the Prehistoric Forest closed down. It is still there standing right now with dinosaurs and a waterfall and so much more you can actually check out on Highway 12 heading to this track as Tanner Long leads him to the green. So Colton Zimmer has gone to the front here. You see the newer tires going to work. Tanner Long, the only one he actually pitted at lap number 10 at that first caution. So he's got not as much fuel as some of these guys as Zimmer leads that lap. Zimmer is driving probably out of his mind tonight, and I can understand why. Trying to get into the playoffs as Noah Maori, the Homestead winner from season 1, takes the lead here in the Ford truck. Oh, so you've been there, Telder. So Noah Maori leading, started dead last on the field, 21st, and he is up to the 4th position here early in this race. Calhoun up to 3rd, Tanner holding on to 4th. How about the 6th place truck back here? Robert Lukin still having a great run here. Oh, my camera, I still haven't fixed that, Chris. There's the 53 of Laxton, another part of this sim that was just updated, the side draft, so if Lucan really wanted to, he could go sit down on the right rear corner of J.W. Miller and drag him back, or Justin Laxton, sorry, J.W.'s in front of him. Oh, that's not, come on, come on, man. We all have our bad luck. Ooh, that'll shorten up that truck a little bit. So Miller's gone by, Laxton has gone by as Tanner Long starts to fall back now. You see a little bit of rear damage on that 42 truck as we cut back to the front here as Colton Zimmer continues to play attack mode. Noah Maori still leading, but Calhoun under attack for 2nd. Only truck really not up in this lead pack right now is a 21 of Sean Peachin, and I see why. Heavy right side damage on that 21. Once again, I think I've cursed Sean. Maybe I ought to stop doing fantasy picks this week. Or I'll change it to the guys I predict the wreck this week. That's what we're here for. Vent all you want. Telder's the perfect guy. He likes people to vent. Why, are they worried about a dinosaur eating somebody? Anyways, Maori holding off Calhoun, J.W. Miller, Zimmer, Laxton, Trejembo. Your top 6 here. Got about a 6-7 car truck breakaway here. Travis Ikavachi, the hometown driver, right back there in the 7th position, having a great run so far. Let's go back here. There's Travis in the Hubats number 13, and they got some 3 wide racing back here with Drift. Inside of Tanner, and Zach Allman's back here with Alan Best. I think a couple of these drivers are treating this track like it's a Daytona Talladega type scenario. But I think eventually you're going to see handling come in. Great racing so far this evening. Hope you guys are enjoying it. It's part of the Great Lakes Sim Racing and the Black Horizon Truck Series. Black Horizon, a brewing company up in the Midwest. And caution is out. Trouble for Alan Best of 52 has gone around over in turn 3. And that's going to bring our third caution out. Alan looks like he's pancaked that Union number 52. See what happens when we roll the beautiful bean footage one more again. Got Zach Allman on his outside there in that 18 truck. Oh, and he gets turned. And Allman is in the wall with him. And it's the old I'm stuck to you, and I'm just going to push you down the straightaway wreck. That ends over in turn 3 with Alan Best turned sideways. Let's watch it one more again. Let's go from Tanner Long here. Oh, netcode. Big netcode. And we got more trucks coming to pit road here. So we'll get this all cycled out, but we're going to step away real quickly for a commercial. We'll come back, and we got more racing coming up here from the Michigan Speedway. It is the Prehistoric Force 200 here on Captain TV. As we come back to the Michigan Speedway, the Prehistoric Force 200 under caution for the third time. Contact between Alan Best and Zach Allman have put the 18 and 52 back to the back of the pack with damage. And unfortunate situation for those drivers there. So under that caution, we had trucks come to pit road, and we are looking at the top 6 trucks staying out after that caution. So Noah Miari, William Calhoun, Colton Zimmer, Chris Evans, Travis Iacovacci, Blaine Sparling, those 6 stayed out. The rest of the field came to pit road. Now, I do remind you at this point, there are 4 sets of tires in this race, so you got to be careful how many sets you use during this race. And I know there will likely be a time in this race where somebody, or I should say, all the drivers will not be able to take tires on a pit stop. All right, here we go. Drift is the king of doing a lot of things. And in case you haven't seen it yet or heard yet, Drift has a microphone now. I learned this Saturday night, and I about fell out of my chair. And no, I didn't have to deliver one to him. Well, the truck's kind of calming themselves here for about 3 seconds as they're single file through the first 6 spots. J.W. Miller there pushing Justin Laxton down into turn number 1. There's Drift right there. Drift in the 41 truck over here chatting with us on the screen. Now, it would be interesting if he started chatting with us right now. Oh, that he has a microphone? Yeah, well, you weren't there Saturday to hear it. I mean, I heard him talking. I'm like, who's that? And I realized it was him. And I'm like, holy blank, 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 blank. I couldn't say the words. Oh, Colton having some blinking issues up here. Somebody get the man a tinfoil hat. There's a 3 and 4 wide down into turn 3. Calhoun going to go to the bottom, going to bring his teammate Evans to his inside. Usually that Ace Racing team has a plan up their sleeve here at Michigan each and every year. As Laxton goes by, or I should say Laxton getting passed by Travis Icavachi. You got J.W. Miller back there with him. Blaine Sparling also in that 59. Everybody trying to get the high line rolling. And don't forget, you always have that one piece of food that's in the water. Don't forget that one. Maori continuing to lead. Allman back there with Robert Lukin just kind of riding. Maori might have the biggest lead anybody's had in this race so far. Up to 0.2 of a second. They make that 0.3 of a second. As those new tires not really able to get through the field so far here. Track position playing key right now. Not seeing really any aggressive blocking or anything like that. Yep, and there's flies everywhere. Fantastic racing. Perfect time to go to Michigan after that update. And oh, Calhoun, watch out for the wall. You got kind of close to it. Oh, 98 in the grass. think we had some issues with Robert Lukens a second. Oh, Lukens is blown up. What happened? Some trouble over here in turn number 3 with Allman and Sparling into 33 of Lukens. Oh, netcode big time. And Lukens gets smashed into the wall. I mean, you don't see the netcode because it goes out of camera, but you can just see by the angle, right? Look out. I mean, they're so far apart from each other. You could just, I mean, even if we stop it right here, there's no touching going on. And you can see them now start going for the wall. So there was no contact at all. Tough break for those guys as we go slow motion now. Whoa, Tanner Long heading down to the bottom. Going to try to make some moves. As DeRoma's 3 wide. Little side draft there by Tanner. Brings her to the bottom. Problem is that draft is going to pick up Colton. Just starts pushing JW down the middle. Is going to go in the middle. Got to be careful. 19 doesn't want to get himself into a spot here. And the cars or the trucks that pitted at lap 18 are about to be coming to pit road. Well, here's where the strategy is going to get interesting now. Maori, Calhoun, and Colton Zimmer to pit road. And here comes the ClashingSabers.net number 99 on pit road. Four tires and fuel. And I actually learned something this week. I was listening to a podcast, and I never realized this. But we got more pit stops coming here. Evans coming to pit road, Travis Taikavachi. But I learned this. You always thought it was never good to slide your tires coming to your pit road, especially if you're not taking tires. Well, believe it or not, the drivers are actually taught the slide in the pit road when they do this. Because, and I never thought about it this way, but when these vehicles are sliding in, it helps their pit crew member find his mark on the tire to start his pit stop. So if you ever notice watching the race this weekend that they kind of slide in the pit road a little bit, it's because it allows the changer to actually find his spot to start the pit stop. I never thought about it that way. And it's real creative. J.W. Miller leads this thing. Justin Laxton second. Drift up to third. Trajembo in fourth. These guys here that are now out in the lead right now, these drivers all pitted at lap number 30 at the last caution. Field starting to get spread out as Blaine Sparling left pit road also. Now the three trucks out in front here, Maori, Zimmer, and Calhoun, they stayed on the lead lap right there, exiting the picture. Thank you, Gru. Problem is, I've never had Tennessee whiskey. Problem is, I want to hear it in his French accent. So Chris Evans and Ike Avachi have unlapped themselves. Here comes Laxton back behind him. Miller sliding up a little bit, got into the dirty air of those two trucks in front. Laxton's going to attack the bottom as we're halfway next time by. Looking at the last laps. All these drivers are about a second quicker on the newer tires than J.W. Miller, than Laxton and Drift. These guys are running like Maori, Colton, Calhoun, all running 39, 90s, and 40 flats. We'll talk about that later. A lot of guys out here complaining about tight trucks now because of the aero coming into play here. But here's your fresh tire brigade right here. These three making up time here. So if these guys don't come to pit road, it's almost like their beds are being made. And could get to a point where they're going to lose the lead and potentially lose that pack and have to catch back up to them. I just heard on the radio, and I'll put the weather up here on the screen. By the way, I haven't done that one tonight. Weather there. So you see it is 10 a.m. in the morning. Somebody started this race at 9 a.m. or a little after 9 a.m. race time. So we're in the early mornings here in the Irish Hills. .78 degrees on in the ambient, 86 on track. I'm sure that'll warm up. Let's go back as we got cars on pit road again here. Robert Lukin's still in, and I think we're going to see leaders coming to pit road next time. And look at the Driftster. Here we go. Leaders are coming in. J.W. Miller is going to come to pit road. Drift's going to stay out, and I think J.W. might be coming by himself. Right there. He's got to hit the speed limit. The Baja Blast Mountain Dew Chevrolet. Now, remember, in this series, it's old school points, the old NASCAR points from the 90s, so you get bonus points for leading a lap. You get bonus points for leading the most laps. You get bonus points for nose hairs plucked. I'm kidding on that one. But you do get maximum points of 185 for winning a race, just like the old NASCAR series points. And there you go, JW off pit road. 14.6. Got Allman coming there behind, but a 14.43. And should see, as a matter of fact, look at this. They have already on the back straightaway. Noah Maori, William Calhoun, Chris Evans have stretched it on J.W. Miller and these other leaders. And we are going to see more pit stops, I think, with these leaders. Surprised these guys didn't orchestrate a pit stop together. Has Drift on pit road. Jacob Gladulich, we know him as. 4 tires and fuel, and the old Drift King off pit road. And Tanner Long back here is going to be the leader of the race as Laxton and Trujembo to pit road. All these green flag pit stops coming with 45 to go, so we'll still see at least 2 more stops in this race. I say, Trujembo kind of overshot his pit stall and found an odd way to get in there. 4 tires and fuel for all these guys. You can see the pit times down at the bottom. The pit, where it says that word, that is where you'll see times. Like Laxton a 15.1, Trujembo a 14.3. So a slow stop for the 53. Tanner Long on pit road now. So that's going to hand the lead to the pack that pitted back at lap 43. Noah Mayari going to get the lead here as Tanner does his pit stop. Colton Zimmer is going to be second. William Calhoun going to be third with Chris Evans. And Travis Icavacci should take the top 5 here. This pack really getting spread out now in the Prehistoric Force 200 here. The 3rd seasonal running. I want to say 3rd annual, but we're not a yearly series. This is a seasonal type of thing. So they've run it. This is the 3rd time they've run it in a 12-month calendar. So I guess we could call it what? How's that work? When you do something 4 times a year. Quadrily? I don't. Somebody help me. I don't know how to speak English. So Mayari's led the most laps in this race so far. So you got those 3 in this pack here. You got another pack of 2. This is Evans and Icavacci here, the top 5. And then you get the new guys on tires. There's Drift and J.W. Miller. Hearing there might be some issues on Zach Allman's truck. Seasonally. That works. Thank you, sir. I don't know my English as Sean Peachin's coming to pit road. Quarterly. Yeah, that works too. Quadrily. What the? What? So yeah, we'll call this the 3rd quarterly running of the Prehistoric Force 200. How's that? If it was possible, I would probably find my way onto badannouncers.com after that comment. So the boss man, Travis Icavacci, let's jump on board with him. This number 13 truck, the hometown driver to Who Bats number 13. Trying to stay tucked up as much as can. I think Travis just wanted to be able to see the track a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Eau Rouge, Radion, or Redalion, or whatever. Lecombs. For those who don't know what he's talking about, Monday night there was a race I broadcasted from Spa, and me and Gary Godso were practicing trying to announce Spa corners right, and it was not working well at all. You want to hear from Travis next caution? All right, you can do that. I was actually going to go talk to Drift if we had a caution. To prove to everyone he has a microphone now. Problem is, I think we might not see a caution the rest of this race. These guys are going at a pretty good pace now, kind of a green flag feel to it. So these guys here on the fresher tires, let's check out lap times. The leaders right now at a 40.90. And this pack of trucks here running at 40.30s. So a little bit faster. And as you see, these three now starting to draft up on the back end of Travis Icavacci in this first couple of trucks. As they try to catch the leaders here, they are some 7 seconds back right now from the lead pack. As Colton's having blinking issues again. So 63 laps in. I don't want to get too personal here for a second, but I want to give a shout out to JT here. 32 truck, Jonathan Thomas, the gear wrench, number 32. JT has had some, I think I just shocked him by giving him a shout out. He's up in the wall. JT's had some personal issues going on and stuff, and has been on and off iRacing the last few weeks and stuff. I'm not going to go into detail. That's his business. But definitely cool to see him out here and just doing his best, running in the 13th position. About 28 seconds back, but JT having a great run, maybe getting the top 10 here if a couple things fall his way. Great job, JT. Keep it up, bud. All right, so the first trucks on tires have now caught and passed Icavacci and Evans. So now their mission is now to go get Calhoun, Zimmer, and Mayari, which is 5 seconds back. So actually, here's what we can do with this. I don't get to do this often, so we're going to do it here. Let's bring up the time delta box, and let's show you the separation from lap 59 to lap 64. You'll notice the number getting smaller. Actually, better to go this way. There we go. How much faster the second pack is. And I think we're going to see more pit stops. Mayari, Colton, Calhoun to pit road. This is at 65, 35 laps to go. They still have to pit one more time. If Drift's math is right. I trust Drift's math. There you go. They're going to pull off pit road here. All 5 of these trucks pitting together. And that should cycle it back now, and it does. As J.W. Miller is actually just taking the lead from Drift with help from Justin Laxton. Back to our so coming up next week, we stay up here in the Midwest as we'll head over to the Milwaukee Mile for the Cream City 150. That is brought to you by McConey Setup Shop. That'll be next Wednesday night, the first race of the playoffs. The Cream City 150. And if anybody, without looking online, like I did last season, can tell us why Milwaukee is called the Cream City, wins nothing from me. So I'm just being like that. It's just a trivia question for you to answer. And I assume Natalie knows because Travis is the one that kind of hinted me to it. All right, so now these guys on fresh tires, they're going to go by and get back on the lead lap. It's interesting to see. I want to throw up the pit strategy board here real quickly with all these trucks. So right now, Laxton, Miller, Drift, and Trajembo, Allman, these guys all pitted roughly 14 to 16 laps ago. So they're going to be pitting at around lap, just quick math, probably about 75. So they're going to have to find a way to go 25 laps on a tank of fuel. 22 laps is a fuel run. Can they save 3 laps? Or are we all going to see a one more stop at the end of this race? Going to be interesting what happens here. I think if you're Laxton, Miller, Drift, and Trajembo and Allman, you run this tank out all the way. I think you have no choice but to do that. I'm surprised by that. It is named the Cream City, and I'm going to kind of keep it short terms because I don't have the exact story remembered off the top of my head. But basically, all the buildings back in the day were cream colored. You would think it would have to do with beer because Milwaukee and beer and stuff like that, but no, it's actually known as the Cream City because the building colors back in the day were a cream color. That's a short version of it. I'll explain the whole story next week. I mean, my first thought when it was brought up to me, I'm like, it's got to be the beer, cream. Something, you know, with foam or whatever. I was way off. Samsonite, I was way off. So Laxton leads. And Laxton's actually pulling away here. He's got a second lead. This is the biggest lead anyone's had this evening. 1.2 over Drift with J.W. Miller in third. I think maybe J.W. went back to help his teammate there, Drift. So I wonder if Laxton went and saved his tires a little bit so that there wouldn't be an issue. Here's Colton Zimmer behind Noah Miari. These three still riding nose to tail, drafting off each other like they've been doing all night. So it's just a battle of pretty much two different pit strategies. All right, so I mentioned lap number 75 here, so let's see. Will anybody be coming to pit road here? And right on cue, here comes J.W. Miller to pit road. The 6 is in, which 25 laps to go. Here comes Zach Allman, all bad out of you-know-what. So can JW and Zach Allman go 25 laps on a tank of fuel? Left side tires on the 6, and he will pull away. 14.6 for JW. Allman a 14.4. And Justin Laxton still leads this race. Justin 1 second over Jacob Gladulich or Drift. Now, if these guys can pull to 3 more laps, John, you can blame me. I picked you, buddy. You can blame me. I think for your sake next week I will no longer do fantasy picks. I will just leave it alone because all I'm doing is jinxing people. But I should say you can be a part of it. Just go to GreatLakesSimRacing.com. Check out their website. They got team points on there. The Fantasy League is there and so much more. You can get information about the league at GreatLakesSimRacing.com. But yeah, netcode not pretty tonight. I've seen 2 or 3 netcode issues. All right, so Laxton and Trejembo on pit road here with 23 or 24 to go, and Drift is on pit, or Drift is still out here. Now Drift's either slowing down or he's out of fuel. He's out of fuel. Hopefully he's got the thing in neutral. So Drift has run out of fuel, and here they come to 23 laps to go. Yeah, I felt pretty good after your run Saturday, bud. That's why I threw you back in the lineup. I was like, he deserves this. That's unfortunate. All right, so the strategies are all in play now. So Tanner Long, the last truck to pit road at 22 to go. So Tanner Long might be the guy to watch. Could Tanner Long steal a spot in the playoffs? So Noah Mayer leads. Colton Zimmer second. William Calhoun, they will have to pit. 65 and 22 at the most would be 87 if that's the case. So at about 13 to go. As Anthony Handley joins me. One of the 75 people I pissed off at one point or another this season. I do want to say, if you're a new viewer tonight, make sure you do hit the subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated. As we're at 29. Did we go over 30? I know we have 29 right now. Somebody, where's Telder? Confirm. Have we gone over 30? So again, these three will pit at about lap 87. Then you got Ikavachi. Then you got Evans. These guys will have to pit at 87-ish. And then there comes J.W. Miller. He's running in 6th right now. J.W. right now is, we weren't supposed to go into Y. This is 74 and 22 would be 96. So he's roughly 3 to 4 laps short, I would think, on fuel. If it, I'm going off Drift's number. Chris Evans, 65, would still have to go, and then there's Justin Laxton, 22 for him would be about 2 laps short. The only guy that has pitted, and if you do 22, get you to the finish, is this guy right here. And on him, I'm getting behind that truck. Tanner Long. All right, Drift is back on pit road. This might be just a simple top off right here. long he's sitting there. That's no simple top off. He's speed? Something happened to drift. Oh! I thought Colton might have overshot his pit. He actually nailed it. But drift is still sitting there. Unless drift's being using a pit crew of a street stock, he has got a penalty on pit road. Well, that is one uniformed exit of pit road right there, I'd say, huh? So it must have been a speeding penalty for drift, so, or maybe an exiting penalty or something, so we'll have to investigate that. But that's going to take him out of this race. He will make the playoffs, though. And Zach Allman on pit road. I think is that the 44 that's on pit road, Seth Robbins? Seth, I hate Michigan so much, I'm taking my truck back out here running more laps. All right, so J.W. Miller leads now by 2 seconds over Justin Laxton. Brandon Trujillo, 4.5 back in third. Blaine Sparling, 4. Tanner Long, 5th. What do you think, guys? Let's pull it up here again. The strategies. This is your top 8 right now. You see everybody pretty much 22 for the most part, except for these two right here, Sparling and Long in the middle, but that might, I think there were cautions in that. We'll just have to see how this works out. There's Brandon Trujillo quietly running into third position. Brandon was 4th entering this race tonight, easily into the playoffs. Again, as you saw, and I'll switch back over to it on the ticker, those in green are in, those in red not in entering this race tonight. So I bring up Tanner Long because if he makes it on fuel, I'm going to pull up the let's pull up the point standings real quickly. Entering this race tonight, and I bring up Tanner Long. Look where he is right now in the points as he entered this race. He is sitting 98 points back, okay? If he can get as many points as possible and win this race, he'll get 175. And I'm not sure how many points William Martin is going to get for the provisional. So with that coming into play, Tanner Long has a shot potentially to jump over Ben Pierce, because Ben's back in 20th, I believe. And then there would just be Colton. So there's a shot for him to get in to the points. So I know Tanner's doing what he can to get to victory lane tonight. First time in this league's history, they are doing a chase this season, and it has definitely lived up to the height as we come to the final 12 laps of the regular season. Blaine Sparling on pit road, and wouldn't you know, if I had a beer every time a Michigan race came down to fuel, I would have a ton. Right side tires on. And that is it, right side tires, and he almost spun the thing out of pit road. I've done that once or twice. Jonathan Thomas on pit road to 32 is in. He does fuel only and almost spins it out. Yeah, he had to stop. That's what it's easy to spin these trucks out on old tires like that. Good save by JT. I want to go on board with JW here. I wonder if he's trying to save fuel at all. And if so, how? Oh, I keep doing that. Let's listen to the 6 truck here. He's just out there running. He probably realized there's no way to save fuel out here. I'm on my own. When you're at a track where you can pretty much go wide open, there's no saving fuel. You got to just go, unfortunately. Now, if you're in a draft with somebody, you can maybe half throttle it a little bit, so on and so forth. Justin Laxton 6 seconds back and drafted with his teammate Trajembo now, trying to save as much fuel as they can. They're about a half second slower. And they've got 9 full seconds on Tanner Long. And one other thing you might notice they're doing, they're taking the shortest possible route around this track. Look at here, they're in middle groove here, and they are running the bottom of the track, literally trying to get the shortest way around, because believe it or not, the tracks are measured by the middle groove. IndyCar, I believe it's different, but stock cars, it's done by the middle groove. So this track is 2 miles in the middle. So down here where they're running, it's actually not a 2 mile track. It's more like a 1.9 something mile track. Now JW's coming to the back of Travis Icavacci. Here's a chance to save some fuel a little bit. I don't know who's going to win this thing. Let's bring it back up here on the screen again. So JW's entering lap number 19 to 20 right now. He's going to be way short. There's no way he can make it. So he's doing what he can do. Laxton is going to have to run 2 laps more. So is Trajembo. So Tanner Long is 6 seconds up on Noah Mayari. He's going to be the guy to watch. I think Tanner Long, this is his race to lose, I think. And what an upset that would be to win this race in Michigan. Now, season number 1, this race was won by Anthony Marshall. Season number 2, it was won by William Calhoun. Obviously, Calhoun has won many races. He was season 1's champion, but the Marshall win was his first career victory and only career win. Tanner Long could be the second first-time winner in this series. Oh, they're leading on each other there. Could be the next first-time winner in this series history in 3 races at this track. All right, JW's coming to pit road. Here he comes with 4 laps to go. And that hands the lead, or will hand the lead, to the 2 trucks from Team Slinger. Their main guy, Ricky Springer, not here tonight. He's going to be the top seed into the playoffs. But Justin Laxton looking to win his first career race. He could be the next first-time winner. Trajembo could be a first-time winner. Matter of fact, the top 3 have not won a race in this series. The 4th place truck has won 1 race. 5th place, 0 races. So 1 win amongst the top 5 drivers in this race right now. Laxton running 42-second laps, so those two are saving and running the shortest distance around. Tanner Long, 2 seconds back right now, is a second faster. Four miles to go, 2 laps. These guys just trying to work together as much as possible. This is going to be really close. Final lap of the Prehistoric Force 200 right now. Can these two make it on fuel? They have pulled away from Tanner. They think they might be okay. Justin pulling down. I think he's just trying to break the draft. Ricky Springer has dominated this season for Team Slinger, and tonight the team is going to dominate and win this thing on fuel mileage behind Justin Laxton, who wins the Prehistoric Force 200. And now they're out of fuel. There won't be no burnouts. Tanner Long will get third, Noah Miari fourth, and Colton Zimmer will advance to the playoffs. And I think ran out of fuel on the back straightaway. And he's got enough for burnouts. A little burnout. Going to take her over to victory lane right there. And park it. Well done by the Team Slinger teams. We'll come back. We'll talk to the drivers in victory lane and talk to the drivers getting ready for the playoffs. That is all coming up here on Captain TV. All right, back at the Michigan Speedway, the Prehistoric Forest 200 in the books. 24 laps. These two drivers went and got a 1-2 for Team Slinger tonight. The main driver who's been winning all the races wasn't here tonight, but the other two took the show over and went to victory lanes themselves, with Justin Laxton getting his first career win tonight. And Justin joins me here from Victory Lane. Justin, congratulations. A great way to kick off the momentum into the playoffs as you just scored your first career win. You're the second first-time winner here at the Michigan Speedway in this series.
That's awesome. I mean, that was a heck of a race. Brandon was on pit strategy tonight, and, I mean, he called it perfect. We came in under cautions. Our whole strategy this week was we've been getting hurt by having to pit early, so we're like, we're going to come in under caution, load up on fuel, and that ultimately was the difference. So great job by the guys calling the shots.
And you say the guys, we were talking off the air, the guy who finished second is the one who was calling the shots and helping you to the win. Talk about that a little bit, how you guys are working together there.
Yeah, we realized with about 20 to go we were going to be questionable. We thought when we pitted we were going to be about 1 to the good. So we kind of peeled back, and if you guys were watching, you saw us kind of drift back away from JW. We knew he needed to pit, so it didn't really matter what we did, and just kind of peeled back. And then we were watching the relative for Tanner, and our whole plan was to go with 5 to go, but I'm like, Brandon, we still got enough room. Let's keep saving a little bit. So we did. And as I'm sitting here in Victory Lane still, I've got 0.1 gallons remaining. So couldn't have called that any closer if we tried.
Well, it's interesting because we did have a driver come in the chat earlier under a caution, said 22 was the max, which, you know, you guys did to 24 in the end. So obviously it was a great job on your guys' strategy part. But talk about as the quote is, the monkey off the back, we'll say. You had all those third-place finishes this season, plenty of top tens, and I know Ricky was the dominant guy so far in the regular season. He wasn't here tonight, but you know what? I know it's more of a manager-employee type slogan, but you know, when the mice away, or when the cat's away, the mice will play. The cat was away. You guys came to play and got the win.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about. If it's not a Slinger truck in Victory Lane, we're doing something wrong. Right. So it's very much a team thing. You know, all season long, it's been, if somebody's faster than me, let them go. I've let Ricky go multiple times. You know, Brandon and I were working real well tonight. The only thing that sucks is that we couldn't both be in Victory Lane because it really was a team effort. And we just had great trucks, great fuel mileage. And, you know, you got to kind of keep things in perspective, though. Like you said, Ricky wasn't here. Ricky's been the best one all season. You know, yeah, we won. We won who started the race, and that's what matters, but we didn't beat the best. But, you know, we got a few more races yet this season just to go out and have fun and get this Reaper Speed Labs Plaid Dog 835 Chevy in Victory Lane.
And you did your part tonight, and Brandon actually, I just dragged him in here with us tonight. Brandon, a great call on the strategy tonight. I know you have had a great start ever since you jumped over here and said it's Team Slinger. You have obviously taken off and improved tremendously. Not that you weren't a bad driver before, but your numbers have gone up tremendously in the series, and it's helped you propel into the playoffs yourself. Talk about that and how Justin and Ricky and even Ben Pierce, who deserves credit too. I know he's unfortunately not going to make it tonight, but as a team, you guys have worked together to improve all of you guys.
Yeah, I mean, when did I come in here? Nashville, I think, was the first race with Team Slinger. Meant after Nashville, I don't remember, but yeah, somewhere in there, I don't remember.
Somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, the first couple weeks I was really trying to figure these guys out because I mean, first season with these guys, and they're a lot smoother than most leagues. I'll be honest. Like tonight, I mean, we go 70 laps without a caution?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, it helped my strategy, so that's why I'm not complaining. But it worked out perfect. But yeah, the strategy tonight was we went back green with what? Lap 30, I think, is when we went back green. 32, and
yeah,
I was
just watching. I don't have the exact number, but yeah,
somewhere in there. Yeah, I was watching the fuel and the whole time, and I knew it was gonna be close. I kept looking, and then Justin was he was questioning it a little bit. I don't blame him, but Yeah, I think we pitted with 1 lap or 2 laps left to fuel at the end there because we short pitted the first 2 cautions. We'd come in at lap 10 and then lap 20 or whatever it was, and with tires, and then lap 30 again to top it off. So we were about 10 laps difference on strategy between the rest of the field. But yeah, at the end there, I mean, we were just I was close.
He's out.
I ran out down the backstretch.
And he just ran out doing another burnout. So,
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think so. He's backing up. But Brandon, you are either that or he's trying to show off for the camera and get his Twitch stream on my. Yeah, that's
he's
exactly what
streaming
he's doing.
tonight.
Yeah, so there you go. Follow him on Twitch, that channel right there. Anywho, let's talk about the update on iRacing, because it opened up some of these tracks to multi-groove racing, and Michigan being one of them tonight. And we saw some Daytona-like racing out here for a little while. 2, 3, and I think there was even 4 and almost 5 wide on lap 1 coming to complete that lap. I mean, there was some wild stuff out there.
Yeah, my race almost ended off 4 on lap 1. That's all I know. I just got completely sucked around. Haven't had that happen in practice, qualifying. The new draft package, I guess. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah.
Hey, go take a look at that stream right now. That's a heck of a parking job by this sucker.
Man, hang on, let me click this button right here to move off that. No, I'm just kidding. Well, great job by you guys, though. Send shout-outs. Justin, you go ahead and send shout-outs whoever you like to. Randy, you can follow up, and then we'll go talk to Tanner.
Yeah, Reaper Speed Labs, just got signed to them for open setups. So if anybody's looking for setups, super fast. They won top split Road to Pro last week. My Twitch stream, PlaidDog835. Just trying to grow on there a little bit. And like always, help out everybody at Team Slinger. And thanks to the great people at Black Horizon for helping us put this on.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to thank, obviously, Team Slinger with Justin, Ben, Ricky. I mean, Ben is battling tornadoes tonight, and he's running races. I mean, that's pretty badass, let's be honest. I mean, dude's the man. But, yeah, Drive One, it's my sponsor on there, and my brother makes all my paint schemes. He's the man. I'm sure he'll be watching later. But, yeah, other than that, pretty much it.
No, great job, Brandon. Great job, Justin. Obviously, I did notice that Justin's truck might be a little too low in the right rear just now. I just noticed.
Oh, yeah,
that.
yep. Sounds good to me.
It passed pre-race and it passed post-race, so we're good to go.
Daggum, fix setups. But nice job, and you mentioned Ben there with the battle of the weather tonight. I definitely will say that to all those over in Alabama that are battling tonight. And I was actually talking about on the stream. I'm over here on the northeast side of Georgia, so it's it'll be here probably by mid-morning. So I'm pretty sure. I like this kind of weather, to be honest with you. I'm one that I wish I could go out there and storm chase, but I usually have to work every time. So
I would feel bad if you guys got snow, but I don't. So
snow, yeah,
it's
a dusting,
Midwest thing. I don't know if you ever heard of it. I mean,
I lived in upstate New York for a little bit, so I know what it's about.
So I just had some snow over the weekend, so that was wonderful.
Nice.
Wisconsin, baby, doing its best work.
Cheese curds, gotta love it. Anyways, nice job both of you, and congratulations.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, let's get Tanner Long up here. And cheese curds are good, by the way, if you guys haven't never had them. Just going to throw that out there. Let's see. Let's move you guys up here. And let's get... I know Tanner's here because he likes to... He's a good guy. Lazy Days Racing hanging out in that channel right there as we bring Tanner up here. The guy that, with 5 laps to go, I thought was the man to beat going to victory lane tonight. And these guys suckered you and got 2 laps out of it. And you get a 3rd place finish tonight, Tanner. Still something to be proud of. If Tanner didn't run away. Yeah, I'm here. Hi, buddy.
Hey, how's it going, Scala?
We're good. Yeah, good 3rd place run for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I honestly couldn't keep track of who had pitted, who hadn't pitted, and in my mind, the last 20 laps or something, I was just kind of thinking, okay, what if this goes green the last 20 laps? And I set my speed for a 20-lap run. So I kind of took it easy for a little while. And part of me thinks that if I would have kind of gassed it a little more, that I would have been closer. But honestly, if I would have gassed it a little more earlier on, my tires would have just been absolute crap. I was already pushing really high towards the wall the last 6 or 7 laps. So I probably couldn't have caught him, but I was definitely keeping my timing screen up and was catching them there for a little bit, but my tires fell off, and they deserved 1 and 2 for sure.
Well, you definitely did your part. It looked like you were there to potentially get that win, but somehow they found those 2 laps out. But you know what? You've had an up-and-down season. I know this is, the second or third time we've had a chance to talk in Victory Lane, and on the podium this season for you. And that is something to be proud of, as you kept it clean tonight. There were some issues. There was plenty of close racing amongst you guys, and you did what you had to do.
I appreciate it. Yeah, the only scuff I had on my truck was of my own doing. I hit the wall decently hard on lap 4 or 5, and that honestly sort of accidentally put me into that fuel strategy, because I went on lap 9, that first caution, basically because I had to fix damage, and so of course I got fuel, and that kind of put me on an alternate pit session than everybody else. And so that's kind of what opened up that fuel strategy accidentally, but it worked out.
Now, I don't want to be the guy that breaks the bad news to you, but the points were updated, and you missed out by 45 points.
In the grand scheme of things, that's pretty close, but honestly, I knew that coming in. I knew going into Iowa last week that I would have to just have the 2 best races I've had in this in this league so far. So once I got wrecked out of Iowa last week, I knew that it was all but mathematically impossible. So you're not breaking too much bad news to me. I kind of knew that going into the race, but I'm still having fun out here, and I'll definitely still try to put this 42 Fish Bite Chevy in Victory Lane one of these days.
That's a great positive way of looking at things, man. And we're proud of you. Happy for you to get that good run tonight. And I know you started to mention sponsors there, but go ahead and send some more shout-outs who you'd like to, bud.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Shout out to Fish Bite Rod Holders. Of course, my sponsor, Grip 6 Belt Company, also sponsors me. Shout out to them. They're just really the best sponsors I could ask for on iRacing. I hate that I couldn't make playoffs this season, but I think things are looking up for next season. So we'll try to get some of them on board. Shout out to my wife. She just had our now 3-month-old,
Awesome.
3 months ago.
Yep.
So yeah, I appreciate it. And she kind of lets me do this at night while she deals with the baby. So shout out to her as well.
Well done. Get the wife shout out in there. And again, congrats on the child there, of course. So we hope for nothing but the best there. And man, nice job tonight, and we will talk next week from Milwaukee.
Thanks, Chris.
Close enough. Absolutely. So let's take a look at the point standings as we wrap up the regular season. These are up to date at the minute points. So Ricky Springer does win the regular season championship, even though he did not show up this evening as he had prior things going on. But he is going to be the regular season champion going into the playoffs. J.W. Miller, second. Justin Laxton, Brandon Trujembo, William Calhoun, your top 5. And then you got Allman, Drift, Blaine Sparling. And then the 2 changes, well, one's basically the big change. Colton Zimmer gets his way in, knocking out William Martin. And Christopher Dean holds on. Dean was 8th going into this race, and he holds on to be the 10th seed going in. So those 10 drivers will race for the championship starting next week at the Milwaukee Mile. There will be 4 races, 2 of them, and then we'll eliminate... 3 races to eliminate, and then we will go 1 race for the champion coming up in 3 weeks. So there is your point standings as they line up tonight going into next week. So going to be a very, very fun battle to watch as the first ever playoffs for the Great Lakes Sim Racing League going to be underway. All right. I'm going to leave these up as we take off for the evening. Appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate Travis Icavachi, Sam Barnes. Hope you're doing well, brother. I know he hasn't been here in a couple weeks, and we wish you nothing but the best, Sam, and hopefully see you back soon. But Travis Icavachi, appreciate you for being here. All the viewers tonight, we got close to 30. I don't know if we got 30 or not because I was not checking out the numbers regularly like I usually do. I checked and I saw 29. If we got to 30, that's the first time ever. That's what I've been keeping track for. But we appreciate everybody being a part of this. All the viewers, all the drivers, and so much more going on. But next week, Milwaukee Mile will be on at 8:45 Eastern as always. And then the next broadcast you'll see of mine when it comes to a league will be Saturday night for USRC. They'll be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for Xfinity or Grand National Series racing. Of course, brought to you by Sunset Arctic Games. But you'll see me on tomorrow night. I've been trying to run a dirt race regularly. I think tonight might be a little too late for me because I would have to wait till 11:30, and I'm tired. So maybe tomorrow night you'll see me do some racing, and if you do, come on over and watch, laugh, whatever you got to do. We'll have a good time. So, but we'll see you next Wednesday night to all you Great Lakes sim racing fans, and otherwise we'll see you Saturday night for you regular viewers from there. But always remember, as we take off, this isn't just a game. This is iRacing. See ya!
Let go of fear, you're holding the fire smoldering, it's starting all over again.
Be strong.